Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the show. We've just witnessed a pretty big stomping from Nemiga, Keith, I must say. And now we're on Dust 2, a map that is Apex's map. It's their pick. It's where they want to make their stand. It's do or die, though. They're already down a map to Nemiga. Nemiga's comfortable. They're sitting pretty. Their psychology's in check. There's a lot of pressure on Apeks. If they lose this match, they are officially eliminated, Keith. There's no second chances. And ninth round's already underway. As soon as this concludes, it will begin. And we will see the action. Oof. And we will see what Apeks has got for us here. I've seen them. We have seen them play Dust 2 before, Keith. I have high hopes for Apeks. I think they're going to make their stand. I think they will put up a pretty good fight, even if maybe they don't win. But I have a feeling they're not going out easy here.
True, but you have to keep in mind, Dust 2, a map that you have, I would say, a less chance of winning those ecos, right, and those force buys, just due to the size of the map. And you can't really close the proximity that much on these sites. So we'll see if that becomes a factor. Marcelli needs to come online. All the while into this pistol round, thrust towards Catwalk. Fighting alongside Truth. They get one and back up. Box will flash his teammates in towards middle. This is a bit of a stack from Apeks towards the B side of things. One player outside of the doors, two on site, so they can lock this down. Dennis gonna find the bomb. He'll drop it. Yo and Lollipop have a lot of work to do. They really do. Box is playing close CT smoke. That's just so great. And they've done it. How have they cleared out 3 players from Apeks on this, on the B side of things? I can't even begin to explain it, Roy.
Every time. Literally every time this happens. Truth is making noise now. Box is hearing this. His position is superior. And he will catch timing. It will be in a little bit. Not quite yet. But Yo and Lollipop are wounded on site. I mean, if Truth gets here safely and he eliminates both these players somehow, this could be possible. But Lollipop catches timing. Along with that, as Truth is head. And the first pistol round is Nemiga's. Now, Apeks here, they have to decide if they're going to go for the force buy. Typically, I'd say most of the time teams are forcing on this round on this map. Yeah, they're going to go for it as well. The triple scouts, the Deagles as well. This is a pretty scary buy for Apeks. I'm curious to see how it's going to play out for them. Ooh, Marcellius, you beautiful man.
The triple scouts. Pop flashes coming out towards long to allow them to start bursting on the scene. Box is going to molly Cat. That's kind of neat. As they will do cross smoke to Dennis. We'll get a tag, just get a kill on top of it. A second tag. Yep, Truth's getting boosted. Box gets no scope by Truth. Dennis will finally claim a kill. Going back for 2. They have been shut down. Leaving MDS tagged down with a MAC-10 and probably no way to escape, Roy. I said ecos are harder on Dust 2. That's typically
Oh, he's
true.
making a run for it.
Oh, he's made it to CD. He has a smoke. He'll just,
shooting gallery.
Yeah, he just faces the honesty of the matter. Just decides to take it. But the scouts, one big factor on Dust 2, and they hold on. I imagine they are gonna force back. Can't believe they did it. Now they're looking to farm up some money of their own, not allowing Nemiga to eco them back. And the AK of Gross already rings true. The early push from that SMG player will get thwarted, but Nemiga don't really have much to work with. A MAC-10, a couple Deagles. Truth is just finding heads with his scout. He's not long for the world. And any damage Nemiga find here are at least rebuys in utility and armor. Maybe not necessarily weapons per se, but hey, anything they can get here, Roy.
I think if I'm Nemiga, I want to skip to the gun rounds. Like, screw advantageous anti-ecos. Let's go to the gun round. That's where they find all their success. Marcelli is now tapping away with a scout. 2 shots, 2 kills, and Apeks puts 2 on the board, Keith. A pretty solid start here for the economy for Apeks, and this is actually the exact. This is even better than winning pistol. I feel like you're on such a good spot right now. Nemiga, they have to save again here. No, really nothing to do about it. And this is where Apeks can get their fixer-upper for their economy. Get it going, get it set in stone, go for the bonus round the round after. If you lose, not a big deal. You still have a ton of money. And now Truth is going for the farm. MP9 farmage.
Yeah, he'll be given a little bit of farming. Not quite greenhouse levels, but he'll get a few. Dennis pushing it through long, and MDS. Maybe he'll win a fight. I'm being very optimistic here. Yeah, he's done. Apeks with 3, Roy. Already a promising CT side start. Would you like the top 50 stats on this one as well, Roy?
That would be interesting, actually. Yeah, I'm down for it. I think we looked it up last time. It was leaning slightly, like 51%.
That was all teams and all matches. I didn't filter that one.
Okay, that's fair. Here we go, though. The long gate clash. But Apeks is not going for the bonus key. They're going for straight up the double op setup. Marcelli's one, Truth with the other. One is towards mid, lower here. The other one is towards the A site, looking for the long A aggression. And Nemiga, it seems like they're eyeing out a potential A split here. They've gotten a player out long. Now they're going to reset. Now they're going back for the short A control or potential mid control here. And it seems like Yo, who is applying pressure early on, establishing control early on towards upper tons, is making his way down towards mid, which is why I'm certain this is most likely an A split. And this opening pick onto Grooves certainly will help him. And that's one of the AKs down now. Actually, the only AK that was in Apeks' hand is out.
Dennis wins his fight at car on top of that. Now Nemiga are left with no control, no players on extremities. They're going to start to clean up B tunnels. And their only choice is really to come out towards this site. They'll throw the lurk smoke. Marcellius is here with Apeks. Molly running top of Marcellius. He's in a weird spot. That's move because of the Molly. Gets cleaned up by Speedak. Apeks going to flash, but I don't think he's feeling brazen enough to beat this himself. Speedak a bit of a chance. And Apeks being a little aggro. Speedak has to plant with 20 seconds. He'll do so now. And as the bomb gets planted, we'll see them shift into aggressive position because they need to find a one-on-one. Apeks will not give it to him. Dennis is coming in through tunnel. All the puck gets spotted. And Apeks are playing this map pretty well right now, Roy.
You're right. This is a much different Apeks than what we saw in Mirage.
Oh, and stats time. Sorry.
Yes, hit me. No, please do.
Top 50 all time. You know what? I'm going to change this to last 3 months.
Yes, that's fair. Maybe even do a shorter time span too, since the changes have been made.
Last month it is. While it loads, we'll see if Nemiga can get anything going with this half buy. It is going to be a decent amount of utility toss from Apeks again to ice them out, keep them back, keep changing their minds, keep them on their toes. And so far, so good. And while we take a look at the changes, it is still 51% T-side win round percentage, while it's 40%. Or sorry, it's changed. It just popped in. It loaded for me, Roy. All the while, Truth has fallen. It's 49.1% CT round win, 50.9 T-side. So the gap is closed
so it's
by
50,
about a
50
percent.
now.
Yeah.
Wow, that's kind of insane, actually. I did not think that. I thought it would lean a little bit more CT. I thought it would be at least like a little bit more in CT side considering the changes that were made. But look at this round right now. This is starting to get a little crazy. Dennis is bringing it back to the realm of sanity.
Oh my goodness.
But even he can't stand for too long. And a man advantage has been found somehow for Nemiga. And they've gotten the bomb planted. If they can cross out to long, those are guns they can pick up.
Box. It's gonna be close long. They're not ready for this. Marcellius, he gets caught dancing on top of the box barrel. Nice movement, but Box taps him. And that was his last bullet in that AK. One tapped him. Nemiga robs it. And here's a little bit of more stats tossed your way. And it's perfect timing with the pause from Apeks here, who, by the way, have had their economy kind of broken here now. So that's good for Nemiga. But yeah, so looking at other things, for example, CTs are winning pistols more now at 53% in comparison to 47 for T. If you look at round conversion after getting the first kill, it's only 70% for CTs, 75 for Ts. And the one that really stands out to me is round win after getting the first death. It's 30% for Ts. So even if they die first and don't get a trade frag, they still have a 30% chance of winning the round, where CTs only have 25. So really interesting that this map has like a little bit of a balance to T side, yet CT side too.
Yeah, I wonder if that has anything to do with the fact that sometimes the opening pick is the B anchor and then teams are just saving. I wonder if that has anything to do with that high conversion rate for the terrorists. But as of right now, it's the opening pick towards long A. That's a massive find. Now the defenses for Apeks are kind of awkwardly sitting. They have to regain ground on long. In the meantime, there's a big weakness here to the midst of B setup. Truth gets lollipop. Dennis catches box as well towards long and short. But now it's back down to threes. Akez is trying to push through. That's going to be a very important fight against Yo. But it seems like he's... Oh, wow, he's going for more. Speedak puts him down. MDS gets caught by Dennis. Now the B bomb site belongs to Speedak, but he is a man down.
A man down. But this bomb acts as another teammate. This one with a short fuse. And Speedak's going to put himself close to the tunnels. Is he going to expect Truth? There's no way he clears this, right? He's scoped. He's creeping. No, not ready for Truth's off angle. Double ops can be picked up from Apeks, who, by the way, are continuing to have an amazing CT side. Their economy will not be built up as much as they like, and Nemiga are going to get another buy off this bomb plant and loss bonus, which is up to 2,900, by the way. And Apex's buy is going to be significantly weak in comparison. It may even pale in comparison, if you may say. But they have the double op. They get utility out. They'll be missing some kits, a little bit of utility here and there. But this is the round that kind of determines how the rest of the half's going to be played, in my opinion.
I think that's fair to say. This is a big swing round. Apeks has no loss bonus to fall back on. If they lose all guns, that's a double reset. And he can easily tie this game back up, Keith. So although they are at a deficit, it's still... That could go away quickly. But the double op setup is maintained, and that seems to be, at least so far, the bread and butter for Apeks. It's worked beautifully for them. Able to pick apart Nemiga's very default style approach to this map. Speedak holding the tightest rack, actually catches Truth. The Bruise takes down Yo, the B-Lurk, who's applying a ton of pressure, and now they can focus more on middle and focus more on the A site, where it appears that Nemiga's headed, Keith. And it seems like Apeks have once again set themselves up here for success.
Oh, what an entry frag for him. Yes, no flashes over the top, nothing. Marcelius just straight up gets bopped out of the server. A site completely taken, but Apeks have maintained long control, which probably gives them some confidence to attempt this retake, right? Lollipop can end the round right here, though, with a couple bullets. Even if he just finds one of these players. Box finding Truth is huge. Lollipop gets nothing, by the way. That's crazy, because now Nemiga have to give up catwalk. Throw a molly that way. Somehow they still do an egg. The molly finds Gruss and Nemiga convert the round. What a hectic Dust 2 round, though.
And that's the Dust 2 trademark. That's a double reset, though. This is terrible news if you're the Apeks players or fans. And amazing news if you're the Nemiga fans, because this is going to bring this gap back as long as they can secure this round. They do not inspire my confidence to convert ecos so far in this series. They have not learned their lessons, Keith. They're going out long again. This time, luckily, there's not 3 scouts holding them, so they might get away with it.
Very true, but they are boosting on site, and Dennis has a flash. They're going to peek now. They're not as close as they hoped they were. Box is coming up catwalk. He's going to be very methodical with his clear. Just takes Dennis out of the round. And now they're picking apart these players. Box has that player. Marcelius on site. Kind of in a pickle. Truth. Last one. Speedax got 3. and they don't lose a single player, Roy. That's gonna make a difference come next rifle round.
Yeah.
They're gonna probably be set for the half, perhaps, by the time we get there.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if you saw, but they had a slight adjustment to their long A attack this time. I think it's partially due to the fact that Speedak had it off. But yeah, they had him pretty much posted on the top site for any of the scout peaks.
Ooh. Pistols finding headshots, finding some damage, but not quite killing. Apeks will go down. Nemiga answer back. 3 in a row, by the way. They have 4 out of the last 5. On top of that, before they started winning rounds, they got a couple bomb plants, which really injected cash into their economy on rounds that they lost, where they still had loss bonus. So they've kind of primed themselves nicely for a turnaround. Marcelli, for the long pick, fully blind, will be able to find MDS. On top of that, escape with his life. Right when his boys need an opening pick, right when the Opera on Dust 2 needs to make a move, Marcellius does.
The round slows down. Apeks starting to get a little antsy here. Along with Truth, starting to push for space. I like the split that they did. It's kind of weird. It's kind of risky because there's no trade potential, but you cover so much ground. Truth is going to peek upper B. He's going to spot no one. That's going to relieve Gruz of his duties to reinforce mid and the A control. Apeks is on a pretty well-established long A flank, and they have all the winning recipes.
They have everything going their way. They have the cookbook, and they're making some rounds. They're putting it together nicely. They know how to mix these ingredients. Apeks grabs an AK. He's gonna try to keep winning this long fight. Dennis CT gets one. Good trade comes in immediately from Lollipop. Both players get spotted long, and now they can just hold. Yo's going wide. He'll get cleaned up by Truth, but I don't think he likes his odds. He's gonna keep going. No kit. Hasn't smoked. Good flash. And cleaned up. Nemiga keep 2 alive. They're so loaded on money. Apeks are broke. Whew.
How did they let that happen? You had...
I have no idea.
You just cleared B. You know they're not B. You have a long A flank. And somehow there's a guy on site not even looking at short A at all? Like, what? How does that... How have they let that happen? Oh, MDS, not again. I'm getting PTSD. Oh, they're running it now. They're just, whew, they're sprint for sight, baby. And there it is, cleaned up. Lollipop box. 2-1 punch this time, not the 1-2. Dude gets a gun. Probably gonna hold on to that. Not really fancying his odds. AK would serve pretty well on the defense, and that Molotov I think just seals the deal. I'm literally flabbergasted how they lost that last round. They had every winning recipe. They had concrete information. They had proper timing on both. They had 2 flanks. They had a short A flank and a long A flank. And you had 2 defenders on the A site with a 3rd person making his way over. Like, I'm literally mind blown how the last round unfolded well for Nemiga at all.
Yeah. Perhaps a little bit of mistakes being made by Apeks. I'm not sure, Roy. Putting numbers in the wrong spot. I couldn't begin to explain it. I guess it does come down to those 50-50 duels, as it typically does on Dust 2, that they're just not winning at the moment. Nemiga are pulling things out of their hat, which is kind of like typical Nemiga fashion. Whenever you think they're at a disadvantage or they shouldn't win a round, somehow they do. So it's very Nemiga of them to be able to do it. Apeks will get the op out. Marcellius, a double op, in fact. Truth gets one out himself, Roy. I'd say 5 is decent on the CT side. 6 is definitely achievable here. And it's a fight towards long. Again, full blind. The op finds the opening pick towards long. Nemiga, where's the response going to be from them? Attempting middle. Marcellius is all over this. Like a bee to honey. It's just locked out. It's shut down. And there is no mess. There is no fuss. It's Apeks coming out with the double ops, landing the punches. Apeks the same. And that's more like it from Apeks. That's a clean CT round.
Yeah. Yeah, it is, Keith. What does Yo do? Does he just say bye? No, no appreciate. Didn't appreciate that one. All right. We'll just sit here awkwardly in a 1 versus 4. Probably what Yo is thinking too. Actually, now that I think about it. And there comes a couple feet. The formality. 6 to 7. Nemiga. They still maintain a lead, but that gap is closing, and the double op setups for Apeks remains to be a pretty strong pillar of defense, I must say. Now they have the double AK to work with as well. Full utility, full kits across the board, and loss bonus to fall back on in case they lose this round. And they've secured themselves buys for the rest of this half, Keith. There are only 2 rounds remaining, though. Either it's going to be a pretty heavy lead here for Nemiga, 9-6, or a possible potential lead here for Apeks at 8-7. And if they split 1-1, then Nemiga gets the lead at 8-7. That's not bad.
Yeah, that's not too bad at all. I think Apeks have done a nice job of getting rounds on the board when they need to. The double ops have come alive now. We haven't seen any... Honestly, we haven't seen anything too quick pace from Nemiga. It's been very lax. It's been very loose. That smoke in box is interesting. I think you get spotted from the doors, even though the smoke is meant to kind of cover you there. Smoke off cat, and they're just playing extremely aggressive towards the middle. The box are trying to jump CT. That's kind of wild. That is a play that is going to take a bit of luck for you to drop CT without getting spotted. At least they find that CT player. Can they isolate the B1? Marcelius is dancing with his op, supporting this car player in Dennis. Speedak has to come out with an op, shotgun op, missed shot. Dennis probably laughing, a little confused as to what's going on. The lollipop falls. It seems like Nemiga have been lost in the sauce last few rounds. Again, the money they built up is coming into effect now, but these last couple rounds haven't been the Nemiga we've become used to.
Okay. All right. A challenge. I mean, we wanted to see the gods bleed. Right now, they're bleeding, Keith. Can they control the bleeding, though? That's really the question. But as of right now, Apeks might actually pull a potential lead here. They've won one of the 2 rounds. There's a nade. Nice early damage. So they continue the early pressure. And I think the difference between this map and the other map is that they are way more challenging on this map. Like, they're not letting Nemiga do what they want. They're resisting them at every turn, resisting them at every corner, at every part of the map. And that seems to be what's working for Apeks right now. And, of course, the double op setup is most definitely helping with that. One of that is towards upper B. Pretty aggressive, up close and personal. Right now, Nemiga...
Really...
Go ahead, Keith.
I was just say they really need a pick, don't they?
Yeah, I feel like all their early ideas have definitely not panned out. That's for sure.
We haven't even seen like a full-blown execute from these guys.
You seen a mid to B?
No. Well, we've seen it in pistol, but that's it.
Yeah. Besides pistol.
Yeah, but besides that, it's been very. Let's go work a pick, try to take some fights, and they're just getting out traded. They're getting manhandled by Marcelius right now. Window. Here comes Dennis through the CT. Smoke with flashes. He gets 2, and it was just so clinical from Apeks in the end. We didn't see a catwalk execute from Nemiga, not a mid to B. It was very spawn-based, and they just didn't get a single opening pick in the last 3 rounds there. It kind of felt like the tables had turned real quick.
Keith, this is a fresh half.
It is.
8-7, as close as it could possibly get. Apeks, they've done a pretty good job on the CT side. As long as they do an equal job here on this T side, it should be all fine and dandy. Several players out long here. Nemiga.
Can they find this car player? This is really... Oh, Lollipop peeking? He's crazy.
There was a flash to be fair.
Just didn't go deep enough, I suppose, huh?
Yeah, and this is getting really awkward because now they don't have any... Oh, no! That was such an important fight. If he got that kill, that was the only defender. Look at the players on the minimap now. They lost that option. They lost the option to go B. Now they have to come up with a different plan. And Speedak eliminates Cruz and Long. They've lost both extremities. They've lost the B lurk. They've lost the A lurk. Now there's 3 players who have been spotted going mid to B. And now the alarms are ringing, Keith. It's a race to the bomb site. And MDS just ripping them apart here in mid. And he gets 4 kills on the pistol. Nemiga, a good start for them.
Wow, those long fights, and then the fact that MDS is aware enough to find truth there. Okay, okay. Fox may have been fallen silent in this match in Dust 2, but MDS is not. A big pistol for the CT side, as Apeks will buy nothing going into the 3rd round with rifles, as they have been doing on the CT sides. Story on Dust 2 gonna be the story here, and Nemiga with 4 MP9s. Surprised to see that many on Dust 2, Roy. I'm gonna be honest, but a lot of trust in their long-range NP9ing. NP9ing? Does that sound right?
Wait, what?
A lot of trust in the long-range NP9ing.
MP9ing.
Yeah, does that make sense? That makes sense, right?
Yeah, you can turn anything into a verb if you just add ing at the end, honestly.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of right.
I don't know, you came up with a couple ones, like cupcaking. That was a good one that you came up with.
Cupcaking. Yep. Hey, listen. It might sound weird, but it gets the job done. A couple kills.
What is going on?
3 kills? How did they get 3? Like, all the money they just made is just irrelevant now. That's, with Glocks and 1 P250. Hey, listen, that's unlucky-ing. Unlucky-ing.
True?
Yeah.
Alright, we're starting to go a little mad. Nemiga, though. That was a very unfortunate economic loss. Now, the risks are very risky. If you lose this round, this is a double reset, Keith, at its finest. Like, they have $0 across the board. Box is really the only one with any significant amount of money. And Apeks is off to a pretty good start. They've gotten Yo down to 41 HP. They've pushed him off mid, so information is most definitely denied. I love Lollipop's position, though. As long as he's in this position, they're so comfortable on the A defenses. Like, they have nothing to worry about at all. And is that... Oh, that's their ending A.
Oh, they catch Speedak repositioning. Fox needs to do work on this site. He's the last man standing. His head gets popped. Lollipop at long. Do something? No. That's the cat execute I wanted Nemiga to do a couple times. Apeks clearly have it well versed. They've practiced that a couple times. And maybe it's just because Nemiga, this might be like, what, their 6th map in their pool? Like, it's definitely a map they wouldn't pick. So maybe not having the comfort for those executes, but Apeks sure do, Roy. That cat one is so hard to deal with as an A-site player, especially in a round where your money got kind of weird and he didn't have enough to get full utility. That was well done from Apeks. Well read.
Yeah, this is the force buy here for Nemiga. The forced hand force buy. Like, they don't really have a choice. For the scout, let's see if they can cause the same amount of damage that Apeks caused on these types of rounds. The scout at the top side right now looking for what he can. Bullets whizzing by Box's head. Probably uncomfortable slightly. And an opening pick for Yo. That's a short A player. Oh, that shot looked like it hit. Wait, how is that not connecting? Oh, 18 damage with the scout.
I couldn't explain. They're going to try to take the site, though. Plenty of players here from Nemiga. Some team damage. Speedak will get 1. Gruss will lead the charge. Dennis is close behind. At least Box hits a no-scope wall bang headshot with a scout. MDS,
Oh,
hang on.
one hit.
Long range NP, long range P250. Oh, he's playing the long game. There's no way Apeks goes, you think this guy with the P250 runs long?
Nah, there's no way.
There's no way. There's no way he'll consider that.
But Apeks has a hedge.
Oh, he's tucking in. Now he knows. As he starts to clear this, it's got to click at some point. He's so exposed. His MDS's timing good. Gets the AK. Here comes the peek, and it's great. MDS plays him like a fiddle. Full 10-second defuse will come in, and Nemiga get a force buy win of their own, and it happened towards A. Apeks did the exact same thing Nemiga did in the first half. The same kind of mistake.
I was literally just thinking the same thing. These teams are not having a lot of success with the long A conversions on these ecos. Like, it's not going well. And I don't know if you saw, but there was like 4 smokes near your car at one point. Like, it was absolutely wild. And MDS just lost 70% of his health trying to cross to a bomb site. That's always fun.
Yeah, it's never good, is it? Lollipop spamming the long door will put a Kess down to 6 HP, Roy. Not the best place to be HP-wise. Box. He is so quick with his MP9 towards mid. Absolutely feels flips the things back. Now they have positioning. They have control. Dennis, he's been playing really well. From Mirage to here, getting kills like that is almost a skill, not luck. But definitely some luck's involved. And it looks like Apeks want to end towards long, Roy. Nemiga have put 2 players here late. That's going to be... Oh, they're pushing. This is going to get weird.
Oh, this is going to get so weird. The op meets him. Lollipop's going to be up close. He gets one and a second follow-up as well. Dennis now has to make a decision. Do I risk the bomb? Now the smoke has made this incredibly awkward. Wait, he's hearing Lollipop. Oh, Lollipop, is he faking it? He's going for the fake.
Oh, that's so wild. Oh, he's done it. He's gotten 3. Looks for truth. Finds him in the smoke. Lollipop will shut down long with 4 in what was an impressive display of sound baiting, marksmanship, and everything else. Tied into a nice bow. Or tied into a nice package. Put a bow on it. Apeks halted at 9. Their money is broken. Nemiga can move to 12. Wow, Roy. This game's been delivering on a whole ton of different aspects.
And part of me wants to see a third map here. And I say a part of me, but I mean like the majority of me wants to see a third map here between these two teams. I feel like it'd be insane, but I also feel like Nemiga is just so well versed on Nuke that Apeks really needs to make a stand here. But now Nemiga seems like they're starting to pull ahead. That eco round win has given them so much cash to work with. Now going into the gun round, they have a good amount of spare money, although it's not really quite at that full buy territory. They're still at least a buy territory. And if they can hold on to a couple guns here, that won't be a problem. So Nemiga are in a pretty good spot right now to start contesting a pretty comfortable lead. They're going for a pretty standard setup early on as well. Triple long A as standard things. Double Molotovs to clear out any sort of long A aggression here from Apeks. But seems like Apeks is buying out the mid to B. And the thing with triple long A early is that you are extremely susceptible to mid to Bs and splits via mid. So see what Apeks has got for us here. Molotov to push back. The opposite PDAC is okay fighting fire with fire. Oh, that nade.
Okay. this is AOL's looking pretty decent. Apeks gonna try to do another execute, try to run it back. Perhaps find some sort of way back in. Truth gonna try to cut the rotates. If he finds them close, they can cancel, and they will. That is so well done by Truth. He's gonna flash mid. Nemiga have to know it's coming towards mid at this point. They don't have a smoke for CT though. So majority have to go through tunnels. And I wonder if Nemiga, are they saving?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I can't blame them though, right? That was actually kind of, I don't know. That seems very risky for Nemiga is the word I want to use. I want to use other words, but I'll use risky for now. Kind of unnecessary almost. Yo and MDS, the two B players, are just exposing themselves and allowing the fallback to B. Like, why? Why? Just play, hold, well, at least one person hold position so they can't just instantly mid to B. Like, you guys go out, you fight the mid for no real foul. Like, there's no commitment on the A side, right? Like, they were spotted short A, but they never really got past the Molotov and the nade. Why is everyone getting antsy? I wonder if that was a miscomm.
Saving grace is still having cash though, Roy. Speedak can drop, MDS can buy for himself. Everyone will get guns and the double op. MDS drops an op, Roy. Not surprised on Dust 2 to see double ops in CT side. None in the hands of Marcellus and or Co. In fact, Marcellus says at M4. He's unlucky. He's the man that has to use it. At least they've hit double digits. Nemiga, look for some sort of normality, some sort of opening pick. Let's nade in. Spray from Lollipop. He is one of the more aggressive long players I've seen. He has no fear, Roy, does he? Like, not even a little bit.
Let's see if his fear... I'm going to play a factor right here, because Speedak has the first contact. Oh, the timing. This man has just been CSGO, but it doesn't even matter. Lollipop is here to clean up. A leg shot comes out from Speedak. I'm sure that was called out. You can see Lollipop hunting for blood, but Akez risks the bomb. He had the chance to fall back, but he opts not to. And he gets eliminated by Lollipop, who's maintaining the bomb. And now Dennis and Cruz are in such a weird position, but Cruz is going to take the fight straight to MDS. Yo is still there with the op. Yo misses the shot, though. And that allows him a fighting chance into the round.
I think Lollipop just smoked off his own teammate. Yo. And he's shooting his own teammate. I guess they might think someone is in the long doors. Yo has to come through the smoke. That may have actually caused him to die there. Lollipop's alone getting pinched from two spots. He'll push into long doors. There's no way they lose that round, Roy. How do Nemiga? What went wrong? Like, how?
Sometimes you just miss shots and then you just fumble it. 2 missed shots there from Yo, unfortunately. Whew, okay. Deep breaths for everyone here on this timeout. No, I'm gonna take a chance to drink some water as well, Keith.
Gotta stay hydrated. I'm doing the exact same.
Oh, I love water.
It does get a little bland after a while, though, Roy. I've been looking into getting like one of those, you know, like soda stream thing.
What's that? Is that like the one you mix with water?
Yeah, so it's just straight water and it just carbonates your water. So it stops your water from being boring. Throw a little bit of lemon in that. You have a homemade Perrier.
Okay.
Sounds pretty good. Makes water less boring. Because it can be at times.
Oh.
Ooh. That crosshair placement was kind of slick. My box is like, so let me just grab the deagle, and I'll be out of your guys' way. I'll be out of your hair. I'll leave you to your business. You guys can have catwalk, sure, no problem. And they do get chased off. Dennis Marcellus forced them back. And I think the punch that these pistols had may have just kind of lost their bite. MDS is going to try to force the group out into the open, but crosses here. Yo, his days are numbered. That's the B site, and that should be the round. That's not reasonable at all. Like, the fact that Dennis sprays that smoke and just gets 1D'd through it. Even Speedak laughs, and Dennis just hits him with the XD. So even they know how silly that was.
Okay, I just did some research on the soda regime. That seems pretty interesting, actually. That's kind of cool.
Those things seem sick, right?
Yeah. Kind of neat. All right, let's get back into it now that it's a gun round. 12-12. Things are tied up. This is getting kind of intense, isn't it? And it's going to be just a fast play here for Apeks, and the spray control for Yo is unfortunately only good for 1, but a 2-1 punch here for Apeks means that this is immediate save call for Nemiga. Their chances are not favorable for the B retake, and with the amount of utility left in Apex's hands, I really can't blame Nemiga for this decision, but this is Apeks making a stand. They want that third map. They want to go to New Keith, and they're doing everything they can to get there. Now, I would like to see Apeks begin hunting here. Like, the UK, you have a ton of money now. Your economy's starting to get pretty well established. It's time to start applying pressure.
Oh, without a doubt. You definitely need to kind of put in some contingency plans. And I think hurting the economy in Nemiga, not allowing them to keep buying back and back and back, is kind of one of those contingency plans that only favors you in the long run. They're not going to elect to do any chasing of the sort. And that may just allow Nemiga... Yeah, they're going to buy, obviously. They save an op in 2 M4. Although they lose the player who had the M4. He has vanished from the server, Roy. He is gone. He's a wizard. He did that thing that you do to your dogs when you throw a sheet up in the air and you kind of just, like, tuck around the corner and your dog's like, huh?
Huh?
What? Human? Like,
Human, where did you go?
Dogs sound like Yoda, but like, yeah, it's kind of what he just did.
I don't think this one is a timeout. I think this is a technical.
Yeah, I believe so.
There it is. He's back.
But he's back. These guys are so quick at solving their technical problems.
Hey, I gotta get my cell phone provider to hire these guys. These guys solve problems quickly.
They do. They're almost there. Maybe we give them too much credit too soon. Maybe. I think they might be asking for a medic, though. Because I don't think he gets his armor back.
Oh, that's awkward.
Yeah, so we'll see if that... Because I'm pretty sure you had armor, right? Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, then it will probably cut to a break, but we'll see how it goes in the next few seconds here.
They're thinking about it. He's probably going to be back in a sec. At least his kit, M4, and smoker on the ground, so he didn't lose everything. Whew. So Roy, I know you've been playing a lot of Valorant, but
Valorante.
have you had a chance to watch or play The Last of Us? No spoilers, no spoilers. We can't even talk about golf, but have you had a chance to see anything, play it, anything?
Oh, I don't have a console, so playing it is not an option for me. But I have seen some gameplay trailers and like some gameplay footage. Looks pretty neat. I see the reviews getting bombed though because people were upset that one of the main characters was killed off almost instantly.
Yes. I think the order of the story was messed up. If you really want me to get into it, I think they messed up the order of the story. You spend like literally 30 minutes plus at a time. No, they need to.
They are get a match medic confirmed.
They need a medic. Okay. Yes.
All right, let's cut to a quick break then, and then we'll be back as soon as the game is ready to go live.